Morning everyone. It's a little before 9 o'clock here on Wednesday, May 31st, my 38th day on the road. I'm in the town of Camp Nelson in Sequoia National Forest, which as you can see puts me back in nature pretty decently. It's been a while since the last update, I think about a week exactly actually. At that time I was getting ready to go to Lightning in a Bottle Music Festival. Since then I've obviously gone and come back. It was absolutely wonderful. The music, the vibes, the people, everything about it was great. One of the best festivals I've been to so far. I will definitely be back next year, and thanks for this year, Lib. So after that, I went back to LA for a night, spent the night there on Monday night just to recover, to pick up Emma and grab some of the stuff that I left there. And then Tuesday, I delayed my departure a little bit because I was supposed to meet up with someone on Craigslist yesterday afternoon for some tickets, but it ended up being a scam, and they gave me a fake address, wouldn't answer my calls, and then stopped responding entirely, which is kind of annoying to me because I wasted some time doing it, but you know, whatever. It was on the way, so it wasn't too big of a deal. I guess I'm more annoyed at the fact that someone even tries to do something like that. It's just not, it's rude. Anyway, so got on the road, drove a few hours north. Like I said, I'm in Sequoia Forest, and then I spent the night here last night. Got in pretty late because I ended up getting out pretty late in the afternoon, so we didn't get in here until like 11. Just kind of took a short hike and then went to sleep. Which, speaking of, I'm not sure if you guys can hear that, but there's a pretty heavily flowing creek over here. I guess is the best way to describe it, and the sound it makes is, you know, pretty nice to lull you off to sleep. So it's cool being back out in nature again. Next on the agenda, not really sure exactly. Might go up to Sequoia National Park, Sequoia and Sinks Canyon National Park, but I'm not entirely sure because dogs are not allowed on any trails there, I don't believe. So maybe we can drive through, but I don't quite know really. Gonna check it out. But yep, see you guys next time. Take it easy. Just wanted to make a quick correction to the last video. I misspoke, it is not Sinks Canyon, I believe that's in Utah. I was thinking of Kings Canyon National Park, I was right the first time. And it was not a small flowing creek, it's borderline whitewater, I guess maybe? I don't know much about whitewater, but I'm sure you could kayak or maybe take a small raft on this thing. Looks pretty fun. Anyway, see you guys next time. Hello again everyone. It is Thursday, June 1st. I believe that makes it my 39th day on the road. Sitting here in Yosemite National Park. Yesterday I woke up in Sequoia National Forest, drove to the national park, and did all the cool stuff there. General Sherman, you know, all that good stuff, saw all the sequoias. And then I continued on into Kings Canyon, which had some pretty cool waterfalls, and I mean the canyon itself is gorgeous as well. Some of you might have seen that on Instagram. After that, we drove up to the south side of Yosemite and camped just in the park. Just kind of pulled over and slept in my car because all the campgrounds were full. I woke up this morning and went out to see if I could find a campground, but I guess they're still all full. So I'm going to be heading out of here shortly. We're actually on our way out. This morning they have a nice paved bike trail here, which is one of the few things that dogs are allowed on, so I got to do a little loop with Emma, and we took, you know, a 2-mile hike around, which was beautiful. So next we're heading to Lassen Volcanic Park, National Park. Gonna camp there for the night and kind of do the same thing I've been doing again, check it out tomorrow, and then drive on to the next destination afterwards, which will be Redwood National Forest, I believe. Yep, so that's about it for today. Catch you guys in a few. Hello again, it's Saturday, June 3rd. It is my 41st day on the road, and I'm wrapping up week 6 here. So, since the last update, got to Lassen Volcanic National Park, took the road till it closed, and then kind of hiked around up there, saw this mud pot thing, which I'll splice in the video of that here. It's called a mud pot, and it consists of hydrogen sulfide gas, water, and this basically this mud mixture that occurs because of all this stuff mixed together with the volcanic rock. It's pretty gross. It smells horrible here. Yeah, so that thing was pretty weird. And then Em and I kind of continued up the road a little bit, took a hike up there and took some photos, and then went back down and just camped in the car at the visitor center. And then we drove around the park because the road through the park is still closed due to snow. They haven't finished plowing it yet. To the north side, where we got a better view, saw the lake, and took some more photos and stuff. And then we drove through most of Redwood on the coast, or the west coast obviously, last night. And ended up camping in a state park here, just outside of Redwood, because Redwood's kind of split up into little sections just because of the nature of the area, I guess. So this might even be a county park, but regardless, camped here, set up the tent for once, for the first time in a little while. That was nice. Seemed pretty big, especially compared to the car. Yeah, so finishing off the rest of Redwood today, and then heading up north to Oregon. I'll be leaving California and going to Crater Lake. So yep, that's it for today. Hey everyone, sitting at a rest stop here in Washington. It's been a little while since the last update, but it's Tuesday, June 6th. It is my 44th day on the road. I slept in my car again last night at this rest stop. And then, let's see, since the last update. So I went to Crater Lake. That was really cool. Got to hike around up there on some of the closed roads again, since they weren't done plowing that either. After which, I just kind of drove until I found a campsite. It was actually stay for free at the state park weekend, so a lot of the state parks were booked or full, but I ended up finding a cheap spot, primitive site in a national forest, which worked great, nice and cheap. Had some cool neighbors, hung out with them for a little bit, and then made my way to Portland on Sunday morning. Yep, got to Portland, hung out with my friend, we took the dogs to the dog park, and then grabbed some food and a couple beers and watched the NBA Finals. Slept on the couch that night, pretty bougie, and then woke up and took off for Olympic, which I did yesterday. I just kind of drove all the way around the 101, which goes around the park, and then took the little roads that shoot in here and there to see different things. But might be one I want to go back to hike, honestly. There's not a whole lot you can do driving. The views were okay, but not as good as some of the other parks. And then today I'm on to Mount Rainier. Should only be a couple hours away since I had to drive a bit more last night than I planned to find a spot to sleep. But yeah, so that's on the agenda for today, and then North Cascades should be after that. See you guys soon. Bye-bye. Morning everyone. It is Sunday, June 11th. It's my 49th day on the road, wrapping up week 6. It's been a while since the last update, but since then, well, first of all, I'm at a rest stop somewhere in Northern California also. But anyway, since the last update, I went to Mount Rainier. That was absolutely gorgeous. I am definitely going to go back and hike that someday. I guess it's mountaineer it maybe, I don't know. Summit it, there we go, we'll call it that. And then after that, I went to North Cascades, which had some beautiful views. The water there is just an unreal color. It's like this mossy green kind of. I'm not sure if it's from the trees or what, but it's cool. I'm gonna look that up when I get some service. I'll let you guys know. And then after that, I went down to central Washington, kinda, Cashmere near Leavenworth in Wenatchee. I met up with my buddy, stayed with him for a few nights. We did some climbing one day. Went into Seattle another day. We were gonna catch a Mariners game, but ended up skipping out on it. We saw some cool art in the public sculpture gallery there in Seattle. Got some food at Pike's Place, or Pike's Point, I forget which one it is. That was cool, got some good seafood. A little overpriced, to be honest, but it was a cool experience, nice view. And then, like I said, we went climbing the next day in Vantage. And then yesterday I got on the road here and just drove pretty much all day. We were going to go on a hike, but the trail we got to was not dog friendly. And then it started to rain as well, so we just parted ways. And I, like I said, got on the road. So, here I am, getting ready to head into Sacramento today. And then I'll be there for a few nights before heading to Vegas. But hopefully I'll compile that video for you guys, and you should have it soon. Peace and love. See you guys next time. Just wanted to do a quick afterword for this week's video because I totally forgot about this a second ago. Had a pretty weird experience last night. I'm sleeping in my car, and I wake up to some woman on the phone, like right next to my car. I'm like, alright, well, it's kind of rude of her. I'm trying to sleep here. She's talking kind of loud too, but you know, whatever, maybe she doesn't see me. So she then moves to the back of the car, where she's like peeking in through the back of the window. I'm watching all this. I don't think she knows I'm even in the car, much less awake. And so she's on the phone, and I hear her say Forerunner. So now I'm like, okay, she's definitely talking about me, definitely talking about my car. And she seems concerned about Emma. I'm like, listen, the windows are cracked. I'm in here even though you don't see me. What's going on here? So she's walking around the car. Look, I hear her say she's gonna climb in through the back window, which is open maybe 2.5 inches, 3 tops. Not gonna fit through there. So then she walks around to the driver door, tries to open it. I'm like, excuse me, is there something I can do for you? And she kind of panics, walks away. She's like, oh, no, I'm sorry, I'm a retard. I'm like, weird response, but okay. And then I'm like laying there watching her go back to her car. She gets in for a little while. I try to go back to sleep. Then I'm thinking, 4 o'clock in the morning, what is this woman doing? Why is she so concerned? Obviously I didn't leave my dog here at 4 o'clock in the morning, come on. So she comes back over again, and I'm like watching her, making sure she's not gonna touch the car, try to get in or some weird shit, scratch my car maybe. I don't know. But she ended up walking away. She's on the phone again this time, decided to just leave, got in her car and drove off. And then I was finally able to fall asleep after that without having to worry about her. Excuse me. But yeah, I just wanted to share that strange story. So there's a little fun story for you. See you guys next week.